Tony Davis.
Tony Hauser.
Tony and Tony Show. Kapam! On your screen.
Episode 16, I believe.
16. Yeah, 16,
Yes,
man.
I know.
Sweet
Going strong,
16.
mate. Going strong.
Yeah.
Getting a lot of public recognition and
Yeah.
praise, I think.
Yeah. Can you still go to the grocery store without getting recognized?
Well, this guy gave me this look. I thought, I know where you've seen me before, but, I'm just trying to get my groceries.
Yeah.
Not any of that sort of nonsense.
Yeah. It's a good thing that we don't live too close to each other. I mean, if the two of us on the street.
Exactly. Well, we know what it's like. I'm probably going to come over to your event.
April
Is it next
12th.
month?
April
Yeah,
12th.
April. So not next month. Yeah, yeah.
It's 2 months.
I know. Yes. Sequel Saturday by the Sea.
Yeah, it's sea.
Check it out if you're in the Netherlands area.
Yeah, or if you're outside the Netherlands area, but
Yes,
it's also close to Belgium.
it is.
But enough
Enough of this.
free publicity here, because we are here on a serious matter because we have a new author.
We do. Supuli Jayawira,
Yeah,
who is a machine learning engineer in a Redgate Monitor team.
cool.
And she has written us a new article about the introduction of dynamic alerting into Redgate Monitor.
Whoa! And while you said dynamic alerting, it was like digitally altered your voice. Dynamic alerting.
Dynamic alerting. I know.
So I think it's AI already taking over the show.
Could be, mate. Could be. But yes.
What is it?
So Monitor has taken its first step into introducing dynamic alerts. So this is about dynamic alerting on processor utilization.
Okay.
So what it essentially means is that there's a machine learning algorithm behind the alert. So rather than just relying on a static, threshold setting that when you've exceeded it, you get an alert. This one kind of studies the data, the historical monitoring data, and it's essentially using the baseline that comes out of that, the baseline that establishes what is normal behavior. So if you see in this graph, if some job runs every 4 hours that always makes the CPU spike, and you know about it, and it's just normal activity, you don't a static threshold would give you an alert. If you had a static threshold that said every time it goes above 75%, alert me, you'd get alerts every time on this standard job. But a dynamic alert threshold will automatically adjust and say, okay, that's normal. You don't need to be alerted on that. So it's kind of removing the noise. I think that's the main benefit of this. It's removing the noise from alerting and allowing you to focus more on the stuff that's actually really important and not normal.
But you won't get this alert because it's normal to spike every 4 hours.
That's the general idea. So if it analyzes the data and says like your CPU always spikes above 75% at this time of day, so I'm not going to alert you on it. What I will do is say it always spikes to, you could have a situation where we'll come to that later. But yeah, it's cutting out alerts that are just a normal part of your workload, and that you don't, because that's just noise. You're not going to do, if you're not going to do anything about them, they're just a normal part of the workload. They're not causing any particular issues. You don't need to be alerted every time.
So it's working for CPU and
at the moment CPU
and also CPU.
And also CPU.
Well, you have to start somewhere. You have to start somewhere, right?
So yeah, there's a little note about it there. So Redgate Monitor does actually have quite a strong alerting functionality in it, I believe. Anyway, it has filtering, grouping, suppression. You can do some quite detailed customization. This is kind of the next step, and it's adding machine learning, and it's going to expand out. There are obviously going to be more types of alert that will be backed by ML learning coming up very soon. But this one just kind of walks through the idea of how you enable dynamic alerting. There's a little feature flag you have to turn on for the time being.
So it's available for all the customers already.
Yes, this isn't an enterprise feature or anything. This is in the tool. Cool. Standard edition monitor.
Yeah.
Yep. So it's just adding to the core alerting capabilities of the tool. It shows you how to enable them, what the kind of dynamic alerting looks like in the dashboard, and then kind of a nice bit about how they actually work, you know, the data analysis it does, the forecasting ranges it uses, and how it adjusts them. And that's it. Then a little example. So you can kind of, if you scroll down a little bit further, that's kind of, so it establishes a baseline for what's normal for CPU activity, which is the top graph you see there. And then what actually happened is shown you in the dashboard, the Redgate Monitor dashboard below. And the first two peaks are entirely normal and in line with their prediction, so that no alert. The third one was much higher than the historical data suggested it should have been. That's the only one that gave an alert.
But this dynamic alerting, are you also alerted by dynamically adjusting the alert?
Does it can dynamically adjust alerting thresholds, yes.
But are you alerted by
that it's changed the thresholds?
Yeah.
Well, that's a very good question, as they say. When anybody can't answer a question, they say it's a very interesting question.
Sorry.
I don't think so. That's a very good question. Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, you're right. You should perhaps want to know that if it's adjusted a threshold.
Yeah. If it learns something from the data and then adjusting the threshold for it, how do you know it's adjusted the threshold?
Does it actually change the threshold without notifying you, or is it something that you can just change? Oh, you see, you've caught me out there.
Well, it's a new feature, Tony. So
it is a new feature. I haven't got to the bottom of every aspect of it.
No, of course, and it's only on one threshold or in one alert now. So keep it easy. Keep it, no problem.
Don't beat yourself up. Okay.
Yeah.
No, that's good. That's a very good question. And,
but do call the monitor team now.
Yes, I will. I'm going to get them on the phone, and I will add a comment to the article to clarify that point.
Okay, cool. Well, but it's good to have a new author writing for product learning.
Yeah, absolutely is. And very nicely written article she gave us, and well explained, simple. So.
And let's go to the next article then for her, right?
Yes, hopefully so. Hopefully more to come.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Well, if you're a monitor customer, check out this new toggly button thingy and enable it and see what feedback you have on this new feature.
Exactly right.
And for us, the Tonys, this is the end of episode number 16. And we see another one, and we can already, we can say it. It's a fill one.
It's a fill factor.
Yeah, it's a fill one.
Phil's back in the next episode.
It's the next episode. Yeah.
And shortly after that, there's going to be a Tony.
Pretty interesting. Okay. Well, see you in the next one.
See you next one, Tony.